guys.
Hey.
That sounded beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thanks
for having me.
So let me ask you guys right out of the gate. You found some success in the last album, right? I mean, you got a lot of buzz and all that. Going into the studio, like the next time out, how do you not let that interfere with the process of putting another one out?
We're done. Yeah, we're just gonna stop.
We're retiring.
Yeah, that's it?
Yeah.
That was such a like deep question. You guys,
We're like,
like, just on the spot, you're like, psst,
it broke it.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're broken now. No, I mean,
don't think so. Yeah, we don't really ever really think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, when we go into the studio, I mean, we always, try to pick songs that we're excited about and include people we're excited to play with. And I think, that's what matters when it comes time to make a record, and hopefully that'll always be most important to the people that want to hear them as well.
I think it is. It's somewhat nerve-wracking if once you feel like you've put something out that people really like and identify with. But at this point, we've put out quite a few records, so I think it feels a little less weighty.
Yeah. Capturing, I would imagine, I'm not a musician at all. I have no musical ability. I probably can't play the triangle.
I think there's one around here somewhere.
There probably
We could
is.
try it
There
out.
probably is. I can't really do anything. But what was I going to even ask you? It's totally gone.
It's
That
just a
was just.
confession. It was a good
I
confession.
was just
man.
making.
Let it go.
This
It's
is,
okay.
you're my therapy.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday therapy. What the hell was I going to say? This is what I was going to say. So I would think, performing live and actually kind of trying to replicate that sound into the studio is extremely difficult, if not impossible. Am I right? And you kind of have to approach them completely different?
You do. Yeah, I think, there's so much energy that comes from just having even one person sitting down and listening to you. So I think finding that live energy in the studio is often kind of a task, but also just, I don't know, it depends on who you're playing with, for Emily and I, we're used to sitting around just playing all the time anyway, so it's definitely a different energy, but I think if you can embrace it in both scenarios, then it usually works out okay.
I feel so much better about my lack of talent now.
Yeah.
Having gotten that question out.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, wow, we're going to have to stop?
Yeah.
Or, like, should I...
We're not
like,
used to talking to
should I
non-musicians,
step out?
but...
Yeah. Well, thanks for making the exception.
That's all good, yeah.
Yeah. So what's the next couple of months look like for you guys? I mean, I know you're in the middle of touring now. Obviously, when you put out a new record, you have to be out on the road all the time. So are we kind of calm before the storm, before festivals start up and all that good stuff?
It feels like we're kind of coming to the close of this storm, at least for right now. We've been on tour for about a little over a month, and we've got a few weeks left, and then we'll have a few months off over the winter to sort of recharge before we head back out next year.
Psyched about the election like everybody?
Yes, psyched for it to be over.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You guys kind of somewhat get political every now and then. If you were to choose a song, whether it's one of your own, is there anything that kind of personifies this wonderful election season?
The Times They Are Changing by Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
If you look at our options, I think that song holds true.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, no, let's say that, yeah.
I could come up with other titles, but
Yeah.
probably shouldn't. So guys, you're 3 records in, and I'm just curious. How do you figure out like who gets what solo and all that stuff? Does that kind of, is it organic? I would think maybe early on it was kind of like, I'll take this.
Yeah, we kind of just try it out a lot of different ways and then we'll hone in on whichever way it feels the best. But it doesn't always stay the same either. That's the nice thing. We have some songs that we will switch up the instrumentation on kind of mid-tour and keep it fresh. But then other ones tend to feel really settled and we never really change them. It just depends on the song.
Yeah. You know what's interesting about this record? I'm totally jumping all over the place because I'm still upset that I told you guys I have no talent. Your record's a really good winter record. I don't know if that's an okay thing to say, but I'm very seasonal sometimes with my music.
Yeah.
It's really, what do you make of any of that? And do you get any of that? Like, oh, I can only listen to Mumford & Sons if it's, wintertime, or I can only listen to Radiohead if it's snowing and there's no power.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it makes sense because music is very much influences your mood and whatever you want to listen to. Yeah, I mean, I think it's different for different people. I could totally see how our music is a little more melancholy and it's not super upbeat, so it's maybe not what you want blaring out your Jeep windows in the summer. But, you know, to each his own.
There's someone out there who does that,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
hopefully wearing a t-shirt at the same time, a Mandolin Orange t-shirt.
Someone is.
Someone is. Probably my dad. Yeah.
Probably is your dad.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know
He's
your
the
dad,
coolest.
but he seems pretty cool.
I mean,
If
that would make him cool.
He
for
helped
sure.
give birth to you.
Sure.
Not literally, because he's a man. But,
Let's shut it down. Shut it down.
shut it down. Should we stop right there?
No, that's fine.
The thing that I like, you know, just in closing with you guys, I say in closing, so it's like, oh good, we're almost done with this asshole. The thing that I like is we live in a world where music is just more focused on melody and hook and everything, and you guys tell stories. So I think that's really cool. You kind of look at your songs as almost like miniature books, like chapters.
That's hard to say. I mean, the lyrics.
Surprised something that
yeah.
deep came from me? 'Cause
No, I'm not surprised. You
No?
seem like a very deep person.
Can you tell?
I think the lyrics are a really big part of what we do. You know, I think lyrically that's probably the thing that gets the most energy as far as arranging goes and stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know if I would look at them as miniature books. Most of them are just like little, just complaining sessions, you know, but put into pretty words.
Poems.
Yeah.
You know, Bob Dylan won a Nobel. No.
Prize.
Yeah, Nobel Prize. Right?
Yeah.
I almost said Pulitzer. You didn't win that.
No.
You didn't win that, Bob, because he's watching. I'm sorry, did I interrupt you?
No.
No? Can I?
Sure.
Well, thank you so much
Yeah, man,
for
this
joining
was
me
great.
today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having
You guys
us.
sounded great.
Appreciate
Thank you.
it. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
You should teach me something.